Yo, there's no way. Bro, this is like I don't even I don't even know. Do you want to take running backs in your next fantasy football draft? Of course you do. Just one thing. Make sure you avoid the running back dead zone. If that sounds like a scary place, well, it should be. Drafting running backs in the dead zone. In the dead zone. Commonly thought of as the stretch between round 3 and 6 is the quickest path to putting your fantasy hopes in grave danger. At least, that's according to those trying to spread awareness of the doom that awaits the foolhardy. Of course, we must spread awareness for this terrible, terrible disease. As fantasy analyst Ben Gretch said in a recent phone interview, the dead zone is the worst spot to be taking running backs in the draft from start to finish. They got this motherfucker on an interview. The Washington Post. Wait, right? Right? The Washington Post hits up Ben Gretch in a phone interview and gets quotes from this man. Like, how starved for content. You're the Washington Post. Like, you have actual important news to talk about. Like, you're talking about a game within a game. Like that, it's not even. Anyways, so what makes it such a perilous patch? Those who have learned to fear the dead zone point to these premises. Running backs whose average draft position, ADP, places them in those rounds don't generally score as much as wide receivers drafted around them. Well, okay, rebuttal. After like round 2, that's true the entire draft. Like, Nelson Aguilar is scoring more than Darrington Evans. Marquez Callaway is scoring more than Wayne Gallman. that's just not a good point. But let's keep going. Those running backs have the same bust rates, but little of the high ceiling potential outcomes of running backs drafted earlier. Have the same bust rates. They have the same bust rates? It should be a lot higher. What the fuck? Are they trying to tell me that, like, Travis Etienne has the same bust rate as, like, Najee Harris? That doesn't make sense to me. They often don't make for better bets than running backs drafted after them, and as such are poorer values. They often don't make for better bets. That's not that. Why is that a bullet point? This is just an awful article. Like, this is literally saying the worst picks. I could say that without context about anything. I don't know why that's like a bullet point. But the last 2 points were made by Gretch in an influential 2019 piece. It was influential, guys. For CBS Sports, which gave birth to the term dead. There's no fucking way. I don't know. I need to refine my fantasy football history knowledge, but I really doubt that the term dead zone was coined in 2019. I could be wrong, though. Maybe I'm just ignorant. Forgive me if I am. In his study, which used results from a 12-team PPR draft over the past 10 years, Gretch looked at unusually strong running backs' performances that helped put teams over the top. He found that the majority of those performances... No way! Guys, in this influential piece, he found that Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, Ezekiel Elliott, Derrick Henry, and Alvin Kamara are indeed better draft picks than Chris Carson, Travis Etienne, and Mike Davis. However, though, rounds 4 through 9 produced approximately the same amount. This kitty is so cute. I'm gonna miss this cat when I'm gone. However, rounds 4 through 9 produced approximately the same amount of running backs ceiling outcomes. Okay, if that's true, that's actually kind of interesting. I can see it, I guess. I mean, because like you have guys like Devontae Freeman of a couple years ago that are in the dead zone that are I just don't know what it's defined as a sailing outcome. Like RB1 performance. Huh. That's interesting. Rebuttal, I guess. I don't know actually. No, that makes sense. No, it doesn't actually because okay, like right now, if you're getting a guy like Michael Carter or a guy like Naheem Hines or Damian Harris, they're going. I think they're going in around 4 through 9, right? Like, there's a lot of those running backs on like RB0 teams, like nowadays, like if you start like Devontae Adams, Calvin Ridley, CeeDee Lamb, and then you take like someone like an ETN, and then you go on and you draft like Dak Prescott and Pitts, and then you're in like around 8, and you need a second running back. Like it, if you're drafting like a Michael Carter there, or like a I don't know, someone equivalent like those you're not drafting them for ceiling. You're drafting them to survive because you already have elite everywhere else. So I mean that could be part of the hypothesis. I don't know what I'm saying, but that could be part of the reason why the ceiling outcomes are not as prevalent in those rounds because you're not really taking them for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just one thing I'm thinking about. But I was literally gonna do a Jonathan Taylor video, and this came up, and I was like, oh, I must read about the fantasy football article from Washington Post. Shout out Des Beeler. Anyways, that was cool.